But hey, we're somehow still surviving despite all the odds here, so love to see that. Wow, a small rock as one of our rewards for tackling this vault of enemies. Thanks, game. That's super helpful of you. But okay, let's hope that there's a gold dragon somewhere on this level, with the caveat, under the condition, of course, that they are also, I mean, ideally alone. Would be nice. Oh, do you know what? No, let's definitely take our step back this way to a nice corridor so we can fight the old-fashioned way in relative safety. And not too shabby here. I mean, the Draconians are probably the keepers of the Zot entrance, as it were. If I had to guess, at least. I have no idea what happened to that Spring Berserker, by the way. I probably should have been reading the combat log as everything went down there, because it was full of, I mean, all sorts of the usual Zom goodness, of course. Chaos at its best. But that just means that I have no clue what's going on for the majority of these fights. I just hit things hard. That's my only job here. We don't ask questions. Questions are for the nerds. We just smash. Ideally with large stones, when possible. I'm gonna Berserk Rage, even though I immediately regretted doing so. Fantastic. Fortunately, don't, I guess we live to regret it, is the fortunate side of that. And even if things had gone horribly wrong, it's not like we would have had, much to go off of. But okay, I don't have any teleport. Ooh, I do like the polar bear being next to me. Okay. Game recognizes that I have preferences and immediately takes action to prevent it. That's fair enough. So what else can I do here? We have a decent selection of enemies still coming in. Don't really want to Berserk. We could use our last haste. Don't like how low we're running on a lot of our consumables. We've definitely been churning through those just to get through this mid-game hump here. I mean, the Berserk wouldn't be bad. We would kill this son of a gun pretty fast. All the riders shouldn't actually be too much of an issue. They don't have the damage. Fire Dragon is potentially terrifying. Oh, except I'm wearing my protection from Fire Ring. Let's do it. Alright, step right up and meet your maker, folks. Come one, come all. Okay. We're slowed, but again, Spriggan Rider is not a big deal. And, hey, it just works. I mean, we're almost out of even Berserk potions. Again, if that's not a bit of an indicator as to where this run has been at for the last few minutes here, I don't know what is. But hopefully, we can settle in a little bit in the near future. Oh, Shadow Dragon scales, probably not as good as the Storm Dragon scales that we're already swapped over to. I don't know if I want to stand in the Chaos Energy. I mean, I don't really want my enemies doing so either, because they're getting some good effects there. Some pretty bad ones as well, don't get it wrong. But not ideal. And I guess that's steps 4. Hey, no gold dragon, unfortunately, for better or for worse. But we're still alive, and I think it's probably gonna just have to be the Abyss next. Is that where we're going for third rune? Are we really mentally, physically, and emotionally prepared to do so? I mean, we never did Lair 5. So let's take a bit of a breather, a bit of a relaxation period here, as it were. We'll head down that direction. Perfect. Oh, and you know, I wasn't checking the time. Before we head down into Lair, do a nice little victory lap of the mid-game. I do need to run and just pour some food for my dog. I'll be right back. Shouldn't be about a minute. Don't go anywhere, and I'll see you in a sec. As long as I can fix up all the... Okie dokie, well, I appreciate the patience, and let's do this, shall we? Hopefully, will be the victory lap that I imagine. I mean, already getting a haste potion is pretty huge. Maybe, just maybe. Saying there's a chance. Did I put enough food for the doggo? I did, indeed. In fact, a decent bit extra here, because yesterday, I think she missed out on a little bit. Yeah, I can probably just run through here. Not worry too much about when and where the elephant skeletons wake up. Should be in a pretty decent spot. Oh my gosh, a blink scroll. That is huge. Definitely pick up that son of a gun. And this is turning into a much better idea than I was originally expecting. You know, it was definitely meant to be a nice breather after the interesting scenario that was depths. But getting some actual resources out of the exchange as well, don't mind if I do. And some large rocks for you, my Oclobe friend. Beautiful. And yeah, I'm glad this is going as smoothly as I imagined, because it would have been horribly embarrassing to find ourselves dying, or even coming close to dying, here on Layer 5 after everything we've been through. So that is not too bad. I don't think there's anything in that corner. Guess there could be, so maybe I'll turn around at some point. And actually, these dire elephants could be a little bit more of a problem. One of them is invisible somewhere. Okay, right in front of us. Good to know. There we go. Feeling more experienced. So not the end of the world here whatsoever. And any treasures for us? Not so much. But hey, we'll finish off the last little bit here. Maybe we will fight that statue. Oh, it's just hiding a book? Oh, then I definitely don't actually care. Never mind. We will just leave them by the wayside. And then it begs the question, to where do we go now? Am I feeling ready for Abyss? I wish I had some more consumables going into the Abyss. One blink scroll, I guess, if things go horribly wrong, or to quickly get on top of the rune. Can also visit my shopping list, and let's run up for that fog scroll and that fear scroll. Have a little bit of additional utility under our belt here. I don't really need the Ring of Fire, I don't think. I fell in. All that good stuff. One-way gate to the infinite horrors of the Abyss. Don't mind if I do. More tellies to pick up, you know? Let's take a look. Oh, there are a couple. How about that? Oh, and some bees we left behind. Fantastic. Well, let us definitely then run down and grab some teleport scrolls, because those could definitely be a lifesaver, and I did want to get my hands on a couple here. So that is fantastic. What else get rid of. I mean, probably the fire dragon scales. And that's it. Well, I think we're just about set then. No longer feel vulnerable. We were feeling vulnerable to cold. Why didn't you? You gotta tell me more quickly, my chaotic friend. We also heal very quickly. I don't know if that's just our... I think that's just our troll mutation. Don't believe we got extra on there, but maybe we did. 2.28. I'm blanking at the moment for what to expect, but hey. Regardless, let's get ready for this trip to the Abyss. Enchant. Armor scrolls can hit the deck for now. What else will likely not be useful in the Abyss? I mean, Mind Burst, probably not so much. Blade Talisman I've been using. Elemental Staff, I keep lugging around here, but haven't really touched it. Is Abyss tough in this version? I think a decent amount of people would agree with that sentiment, that it is tough, that is. You know, there's the blockade, there's got to be a better word for this. But anyway, there's the mechanic where every time we enter, we will always enter to the lowest level that we've been in the past. So if we get sent too deep too fast, could definitely find ourselves getting kind of, for all intents and purposes, locked out of the Abyss. So that's interesting in its own right. But all in all, I don't think we'll be too out of our depth here. Definitely head deeper. I think we have to go down to level 3 here, if I recall. So we will rush through these first couple floors. There we go. And Abyssal Rune of Zot can be found at this depth. Kind of letting Auto Explorer take the wheel for a minute there, but maybe we can jump in now. Oof, and it's a lot of drain, my friends. Yikes. Wait a second. Saw a little white marker on the mini-map up here, but I'm not seeing it come back, so I think it might have just been a wee bit of a visual bug and not the rune sitting about somewhere. In fact, I bet it was just my white player icon after the teleport. The game was just reconciling where did we come from, where did we go, and all that good stuff. Gateway leading out appears. I will take this, since that encounter was not going ideally, so we can just refresh. Deep breath, and then take the plunge once more. Okay, we're not seeing the Abyss immediately here, or rather the rune, I should say. Let's large rock you. I want to be a little bit cautious of how many throwing consumables we use here, just because it's going to be hard to retrieve them. So just want to keep that in mind, at least to a certain extent. Because running around and taking turns to pick them up can very quickly become a relatively untenable situation here. But let's start heading up. Do I want to just... I guess that's going to be a question for the ages. Won't even finish it. But hopefully we can run into that that rune at some point here. Don't really want to go deeper unless absolutely necessary. Do like all the weird sideways doors. And definitely focus on the world binder there. Can't trust the auto fights sometimes in that regard. There we go. Oh, some demons on my side. Oh. A Hell Sentinel? In this economy? Well, that is likely going to be a problem. I guess damnation at the end of the day, probably not the biggest deal. Specifically, I'm thinking because we, oh, let's say yes to that. There we go. We don't have that many defenses in the first place, so really, HP is kind of our friend there. As long as we can kill them. There we go. And then this becomes an interesting little encounter. I'm definitely taking more damage than I'd like to begin with. But looks like we're kind of settling in here. There we go. Fantastic. Oh, unknown invisible enemy. Probably should have put on my Ring of See Invisible just to make sure that we shouldn't be panicking more. But hey, it all works out. And now we'll go back to tabbing. Probably a little more than I should be, even. Oh, me oh my. Please, just but a moment of respite. We have good regen, but if we don't get enough time to use it, then it doesn't really account for too much at the end of the day. In fact, let's reset again here. We can kind of just keep bobbing out and back in here, especially since when we jump in with a brand new abyss, we at least get a full fresh layout, which maybe means the rune will be nearby. Holy crap, it is. Okay, Zom, please chill, buddy. Oh, I don't like this rune vault. Also, what the heck are you? A weeping skull. Interesting. Well, we'll take you kiddos on a slight detour backwards here. Do you have some mutations coming in? I probably should have been paying more attention as to what we got hit with there, but let's just pretend that we're okay. Then yeah, the issue is I want to use javelins. You know, we are set up for some really good javelin work here, but unfortunately, it's not really a great option if we want to retain those. I guess on the flip side, if we don't care that much about retaining them, or we're committing here, commit to the bid. You know what, let's commit. We will get this rune. We shall be fine. And we will succeed in all endeavors in life, really. And we shall just keep repeating our mantra until we've manifested some positive results here. That's the overall aim and goal. Okay, big slime comes up, but we do manage to knock them down a peg right away, so that's not too big of an issue. Holy moly. Not looking at mutation stats as an ingenious solution for bad mutations. Exactly. What we don't know can't hurt us. So if we just don't believe they exist, maybe our body will forget to take them into account completely. And lo and behold, we'll be sitting pretty. That's the theory anyway. Shining eye. Okay. Still a few more friends. I don't like how long we've been here. I have a sneaking suspicion I'm going to be taken for a ride sooner rather than later. Could just blink in there, but it feels like a waste. You know what? I'm ignoring this last enemy. Come on, Bessie. Pick this up at least. That's a start. I would still like my javelins back. Okay, we did get teleported, but not far. Excuse me, pardon me. Don't mind me. Just making my way downtown. Walking fast, faces past, and wouldn't you guess it, I'm homebound. Okay. Well, hey, that wasn't too bad, all things considered. We got our rune here. I think we just leave. I don't think there's any real reason to continue hanging out. And you do just love to see it. Holy moly. 3 runes under our belt, somehow still alive. Now we'll check in on our tabs here. Strong-willed. Ooh, we actually got some good mutations out of this at the end of the day. Some bonus shielding as well. Speaking of shielding, we're up to 18. So let's check it out. Attack is still slowed slightly. Okay, so it's looking like we kind of need to bring it all the way to the usual level here. 21. So we'll do a little bit more shield training and try to get that online. We can probably just wield it for the moment here. Almost 2 turns to throw a rock. Not ideal, but as long as we're doing it when enemies are far away and approaching, it's a little bit more feasible, at least not the end of the world. So, with that, I guess we're maybe just ready for Zot, hey? After all that. I would at least like to make my entrance into Zot, and again, I'm just hoping against hope that we find ourselves with a, definitely have swapped over to cold resistance. Yikes. No wonder we took so much damage. In fact, I mean, we have 5 silent scrolls. Let's play it safe here. I'm gonna read silence. Claw you to death, my friend. Okay, not too much interest in your ring. We had Quicksilver and a few different simulacrums. Let's take you kiddos upstairs. Ooh, Berserk. Okay, well, we know how to handle this. May regret that action, but fortunately, we don't immediately come to regret it, so that's nice. And then otherwise, it's mainly simulacrums, along with our moth here. So let's just take the moth up, get rid of them, and should probably start to make some amount of headway. In fact, keep retreating up just so that the slow effect from the cob there doesn't ruin our day too much. I don't like a storm dragon with a Moth of Wrath next to it. Oh, but if they would be so kind as to split themselves off. Never mind. At least not a problem yet. Oh gosh, there's another freaking moth coming in for us here. Ooh, me oh my. And unfortunately the Ice Blast not doing as much damage as I thought. I guess we have not trained much evocation, so that's actually completely fair. Fair and valid game. Let's go with a Javelin. Oof. Not as much damage as I would like. I think we need to haste up on our end. We have 1 blink scroll. I'm not standing on the stairs. Let's try this butterfly action again. Then we can Ambrosia up. Okay, the Ambrosia, not as slick of a move as I was originally hoping. In fact, our enraged friend is back to being next to us, and we have slightly less health than we did before, so probably not ideal. In fact, now that I'm thinking back, what should we have done there? Maybe take the free turn we got to read a magic mapping, because I wish I knew which direction to go to be as safe as possible here. But one thing we can do is blink out to here. Take a step. Pick up another blink. It's a little wacky, it's a little unorthodox to say the least. But maybe it'll work? I don't know, no promises. We're still too early here. So what's next here if we want to try our very best to survive? Maybe a fear scroll to just get some bodies off of us. 49 health is pretty low. It's a very orthodox feeling to save the character if I ask you. Oh, it's definitely right up the alley for myself as well. Don't get me wrong. Oh, as we get blinked as well. Interesting. Oh, and again. Down to 37 health. Ooh, see, now this is tough. I'm debating the efficacy of blinking here. Can I make it to that stairwell in time? Half the Draconians are feared. Most of them are not. I think I'm going to heal wounds. Try and get some more health under our belt. Then, I am going to blink back. Step to the stairs. I might die doing this. Holy crap, I'm not dead yet. Okay, only have 36 health. So, what is our move here then? Don't think I turn into a tree, because I guess the extra health we get from statue form would kind of cancel out with the extra health from tree form, and we're left in a very similar boat, only with less resistances. I don't have fire resistance, which is a problem. I need to delete them, essentially. I guess silence might actually be the call there then. I don't think I can take a single hit. Breath weapon will still be an issue, but I'm gonna do it. Okay. Do I have time to haste? Guess we're gonna find out. Oh my gosh, you missed with your breath weapon. Okay, let's take out Acid Breather next. We're still at 31 health. Just slowly counting down the HP. Ooh-wee. By which I, of course, mean very smooth, exactly as we planned it. You love to see it. Is that Moth still alive? The Moth of Wrath? Because they were the kind of instigator of all of this trouble here. I might be constricted if I try and go upstairs. Yikes, I was. Okay, so we're not quite out of the hot water yet. I'm gonna haste to just counteract the slow, I guess. Jeez Louise, that's a lot of damage. If only we had some AoE. Scanning the inventory. Exactly, Eric. Never didn't have it. Never a drop of doubt in my mind. Okay. So, let's prioritize here, shall we? The constriction is definitely going to be ongoing and it is going to continue to be a problem. I don't care that much about the green draconians. Purple draconians are a little bit more of a problem child. Maybe I go for the tentacled monstrosity first. Because at the very least, when they're dead, we can go upstairs. Okay. Yikes. Don't know if I'm killing things fast enough. I don't even know what this invisible enemy is, so that is an issue in its own right, I would argue. 28 health. Oh man, this Zot entrance is not making it easy for us. Potion of Resistance was something I should have thought about a bit earlier, probably. We could Curing and hope that that leaves us positive, but no real guarantee. Don't have any more butterfly scrolls, don't have any more blink, no fear. Teleport, I don't think I could stay alive long enough. I guess it could be paired with Ambrosia, and we just hope. I mean, there's almost no shot, right? This probably just kills me. Oof, down to 11. Oh, just needed to survive one more attack. Go down to just -2. Oof. Oh, poor Raw Control. Such a shame. But hey, I think I achieved what the goal for this run was, which was to just get a bit of payback, see how large rocks feel from the other side of that transaction. Throwing large rocks, that is. And it went pretty well, all things considered. Trying to think, maybe the shield was a bit too early. I thought the extra defenses would help us out there, but it might have been slowing down our attacks a wee bit too much. Though, to be fair, we were kind of on the ropes for a while, burning through consumables. We were really hoping to get some armor that we could put on, potentially get rid of the statue form completely, because it was starting to wear at us, for sure. Another option that I should have considered before dying was switching off the protection ring for some more elemental resistances, so we weren't hot swapping between cold and fire. But hey, good to take these lessons into the future, and at the end of the day, hey, hell, I had a lot of fun. It was a good run. I hope you'll enjoy watching it as well.